Alright guys, so Exodus 7. Exodus 6 broke down the lineage from where Moses and Aaron are from. They're from the lineage of Levi, one of the tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel. So Exodus 7, Moses has came back and told Pharaoh what God told him, and Pharaoh's heart has been hardened. So Exodus 7, and the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt and bring forth my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. Great signs and great judgments. Multiply my signs in the land of Egypt. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. The Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt and bring the children out of Israel. So that's his promise. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spoke unto Pharaoh. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you. So if Pharaoh's going to ask for a miracle, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments. So they're doing the same signs that they saw. So they're able to turn their rod also into a serpent. So they're countering what Moses did. They're countering. So show a miracle, take thy rod. So the first miracle is the serpent. Magicians counter miracle. Pharaoh's magicians, Pharaoh's sorcerers. So the sorcerers, magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner their enchantments. Show a miracle for you. So Pharaoh's going to say, show a miracle. Take that rod, cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents, but Aaron's rod down every man his rod. No, but Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. Okay, so Aaron's rod actually swallowed up their rods. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. So Aaron's rod actually countered theirs, which is kind of important, so. But Pharaoh again hardened his heart to the signs. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, he refuseth to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning, lo, he goeth out unto the water. And thou shalt stand by the river's brink against he come, and the rod which was turned to a serpent shalt thou take in thy hand. And thou shalt say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldst not hear. Thus saith the Lord, In this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. Water turned to blood. When Pharaoh, so go meet Pharaoh when he goes to the river, and they shall be turned to blood. Thus the Lord saith, And this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. Water turn blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. Oh shit, so dead fish ruin the river water. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood. And that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in the vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so. Also, like even like their water that they already have poured in their cups are going to turn into blood. And that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so. Moses and Aaron did so. So as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank. And the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened. So they also did the same signs. Neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord had said. He didn't relent, or he didn't give in, he was relentless. So, and Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians dug round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after that the Lord had smitten the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after that the Lord had smitten the river. What do you mean by smitten? Like he just restored it? He gave them back their water? So the fish died, stank up the river. But the magicians did so with their enchantments. So again, magicians. So dead fish made rivers stink. Oh, it would have stank anyway because of blood, right? Doesn't blood kind of smell? All the waters in the river turned to blood, and the fish that were in the river died, and the river stank. Egyptians could not drink the water. The magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments. But before, remember, with the same rod, Aaron, turned people's rods into serpents, but the magicians also did the same. But then Aaron's rod that turned into a serpent ate up their serpents, but they still had hardened hearts. And then second miracle, the water turned into blood. But again, his heart was hardened. Pharaoh's heart was hardened. It strikes kind of that same conviction about when I talk about hardened heart or not wanting to trust God or denying him. It's striking me right now. Then it makes me am I the devil? Am I this? Beyond these tattoos and these low, wrinkled, angry stare, I'm a good person. Despite these mechanisms that are defensive.